welcome to my workshop. Today we're going to do something fairly dramatic. We're going to make a maximum size 3D relief on the CNC router, the 1690. And we're going to do it with a special guy. He was actually a real live ninja. So this ninja was called Juan Yu. My pronunciation may not be correct, but that's what it looks like to me. Juan Yu. And he was actually from Shandong, which is the area of China where Beijing is in, Qingdao is in, and actually the area that my factories are in. So this again is a grayscale relief that we are going to put into ArtCam CAD-CAM, and we're going to cut it, as I say, on the CNC machine, but this time it's going to be the maximum size that this machine will actually deal with. So first of all, we'll get it into ArtCam, and I'll show you how to do that if you haven't seen any of my other videos. Righto, so we've fired up ArtCam CAD-CAM, and we just grab it, drag it into ArtCam, and we're presented then with this dialog box where now we can choose the size of the work area that we want to work with. Now I say the maximum size relief. Now I want to leave a border around it to become like the picture frame. So I want a 25mm border around it. So I need to go 555 here. So you select image size. So I'm giving it some constraints here as well. This is called constraints. In other words, limiting to where the tool will travel to. So it's 550. So we have now the full size, although the bed is 900 long, this picture, because I've gone pretty well the maximum that I'm going to allow myself, because I want a 25mm border each side, which brings it from 600 down to 550. It's only going to be 740 long, which is still a good size. So that's fine with that. Now here I'm going to set the actual depth. I've just gone and checked, and I'm going to get away with 35 on that. That's going to be absolutely fine. Let's go deep. This corner here, absolutely fine. So let's press OK. And then we'll go full screen. Now if you've seen any of my other videos about ArtCam CAD-CAM, you'll know that there are two actual screens here, or windows. One is a 3D window in the background, and the front one here is a 2D window. You can work in either. But I generally do all my work in the 2D. This is going to be quite a nice project. Let's go directly to the 3D. Let's have a look, see what we've got. It's a little snowy. It's a little snowy. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a magic tool within ArtCam CAD-CAM, which it does automatically for you. You can actually manually do this, but I'm going to automatically do it, and that's this one here, which is Smooth Relief. And it's exactly what it says and exactly what this represents. It just irons out all these speckly, all these small imperfections. I've got it set on the lowest setting up there, so each application or each press of that button will take it down one stage at a time. So there's one stage. I want a nice crisp picture, and a lot of what this is not imperfections. Let's get a shot of that a minute. I mean, this is zoomed right in. You see there's lots of carvings and markings on the flag behind, so I don't really want to get rid of that. He's a little bit bumpy around the face. Or is that his beard? Oh no, it's just him, I think. Angry person. The horse, yeah, I mean, when horses get riled up, their muscles do all stand out. I mean, I've got 3 horses, so I do know. However, there is a couple of areas that I think that we can improve on, like at the end of the horse's tail here, and just underneath, yeah, underneath here. There is another specialized tool then to deal with this. So we'll zoom in on it there, and you can see it's slightly indented as well. So what we do, we're going to pick this one. This is the sculpting tools. So we pick the sculpting tool, and we're going to select the smooth tool. If you notice a circle, now each one of these sliders here, the top one, obviously the diameter of the slider, well, we'll take that down a little. That's better, it's more manageable. Now maybe a little bit further down. Yep. The strength of how much you want to deform within that circle, that's what it actually means. And the smoothness, so I want it 100% smooth, and this is what you do. Just say, for example, here, I want to keep that little bit there, but this shadowing I want to get rid of. So you just got to be a little careful. If you notice this one here, it'll totally eradicate it. And you know, it comes out very smooth then on when you cut it. This one here is a little bit. And again here, you just take a little time and take it as much as you can. So you get the general idea of what I'm doing here. Okay. I just want to draw your attention to the very middle here, because what some companies do to, I suppose, to put their brand name on it, they actually put their name or write their name into the relief. So that's not really a problem, because we can go in here and we can deposit some material in here. I will make that slightly smaller, a bit smaller, and we can build this up. This takes a little bit of time, so we can deposit material in there like this. Make it a little better, and then we can smooth it. Sounds like dinner. This is a smudge tool, So what I'm doing is I'm just moving some of the material from one place to another. Just smudging it like so, and then we'll smooth it again. So that's how to actually build up a relief. So we'll just smooth it a little bit now, like that. And we'll apply, and that should be about it. So now it blends in with the rest of it fine. And it's not as high. So that is how to actually manipulate in 3D. I mean, we're actually altering the relief itself. So now I think it's about time to run some tool paths on it. Because this is such a large job, large piece of work, we're going to start using larger tools to get rid of a lot of the material here. And this is going to be the first tool we use. This is going to be our roughing tool. This is 32 mil in diameter. This is a tool that I actually modified myself because there was on here there was a bearing. I believe it's some sort of dado tool. So we're going to use this one to remove a lot of the material that very quickly then. So, and we're actually going to make a new tool in the tooling list within ArtCam CAD-CAM. So we're going to come over here. I think you can see that here. 3D relief, machining. Let me see, whole relief. We want the whole relief to be done because this is actually smaller than our piece of material. Don't forget, we've got a 25 mil border, well, all the way around here. The border on the material is going to be left quite large up the top here. Let me see. So, whole relief and X-raster. In other words, it's going to come in, start at this corner and go back and forth as normal. We don't need to bother about any of this. Tolerances set correct. Machine safe. Machine safe. I'm going to set, that's a bit too big actually. Machine safe, I'm going to say is going to be 10 millimeter because I'm going to make the 0 on the top of the material before we start. Home position, make that 15 mil. Home position is over top of here, at this start position here. This is the work offset, the G54. That's where it is right there. Now then we're going to select the tool. And you'll notice that this is set for aluminium at the moment. These tools are, so the speed and feeds for these tools are set for aluminium. So we need to come down, to scroll through, got wooden, plastic, and the largest end mill, of which this represents an end mill, is 12 mil. So we are going to make a new one. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this one, so then we end up with 2 12 mils, and then we're going to edit. So there's a representation of an end mill. Diameter, we're going to set that at 32, which is what the size of that tool is, 32 millimeters. Step down. Now I don't like pushing it too much, so we're going to go 3 millimeter. And this is the general geometry that is going to appear every time I choose this tool, and I can alter it. Anyway, you'll see in a minute how I do that. Millimeters, slot drill. This is a 32 millimeter. 32 millimeter. Millimeters. Rate of units, millimeters per second. That's all correct. Step over 11 mil. That's probably a little bit too deep for it. So we're going to go. Well, actually, what we can do is 10, 11 mil. Yeah, around about 10 mil is fine. Feed rate. Now the recommended feed rate is 42. Recommended feed rate is 42. Plunge rate 13. You know, that's probably pretty fair. That's I'll go along with that. We could probably, as you know, in Mach3 and NC Studio, NC Studio I can run 120% of that figure, and Mach3 can run a lot more. So we're going to call that as good, and we're going to say OK, and we're going to select it because we want it, and there it is, it's in. So then we can if we wish, we can manipulate these figures, change them in this dialogue or conversational as we feel fit. If it was hardwood, well, we would take these the speed and feeds down quite a bit, but we're running in cutting in rather MDF, so these are fine. Height of first pass 0. Height of last pass I think 32 millimeter I think is fine. Add ramp moves, definitely. Now this is set up pretty well okay. This means that the ramp angle is going to be 10 degrees of angle. The ramp length in one direction is going to be 10 millimeters, and it's going to run 10 millimeters in this way. Well, you know, that's not enough, because you can imagine there's a big flat area here. There's not going to be cutting anything. So moving 10 millimeters, you're still going to have a bit of a flat spot of material left. So we're going to have to probably go 20 millimeter there and 20 millimeter here. Okay. This is probably go 5 millimeter there, and that's okay. Set up material. So this is where we put the hang on, top of the box. Better get the right size of material here. So we're going to go 35. No, it's actually more than that. It's 40. 40. So it gives us a back in. Top offset. In other words, yep, it's going to be everything's going to be at the top, and the relief is going to be in the top section of the actual material. So this is all correct. That's the maximum depth of cut, and it's going to tell us how much it's leaving on the back. So we're going to go OK with that, and now we have to name it, and this is roughing cut. Just abbreviate everything. So roughing cut, and it's a 32 millimeter, and we're going to call it an end mill. Just really so I know what it is, to alert me to what it is. And we're going to say no. Oh, here we go. Now this is a good program, you see, because what it does is I've made a little bit of a bloomer back up here. Oh, alright, can I calculate the following reason? Z height of the first path is lower. So what I've done, okay, that, now you'll notice up here, I put 0 and 32. And what I should have done was put minus 32, because the 0 is on top of the material and we're going to be machining further down in, so it's going to be minus 32. So now it'll calculate it. 12 passes. That's going to take a considerable time, so we're going to alter that. And to alter that, what we do, we go back into the tool set in here, and you see we have a 3mm step down, so we're going to change that to 5, and we're going to recalculate. Should take it down to about 8 passes, I believe, something like that. That's fairly acceptable. I mean, I don't want to hammer the tool or the machine for that matter. But it's not going to be a pretty picture when this is done. It's going to look pretty awful actually. But this is the roughing cut that is, as it says, it's just going to remove most of the material. So we'll do this fast. Tool path, boom, 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 boom. It's going to look awful. There you go. But basically, you can see what it actually does. That roughing tool is going to remove an awful lot of material. Okay, the next tool we're going to put in. So we select this. We're doing the whole relief. It's okay. Select a tool, 6mm ball mill, select, no need for ramp moves because there's only a very small amount of material left. So let's have a look at the settings of the tool. Oh, we can up this quite a bit. Actually, I want to, there's a lot of detail in this, and the 6mm ball mill can actually pick a lot of it up. So we're going to go point 0.4. Yeah, 0.4 would be fine, I think. Step down. I'm going to leave that as it is. Feed rate. Now we can really get this up there. So we're going to go 60 millimeters a second. But I can actually slow that down. I can run it at 10% if I want. Plunge rate. Now we're actually going to up this as well. We're going to put that at 25. Actually, make that 50. Okay. And look, you can play around with these figures and you can make test cuts to see excuse me, what different materials, how it reacts, what sort of finish it leaves. And you can alter it within Mach3 or NC Studio, the feed rate. So there's no problem there. That's okay there. No need to put ramp moves in. Okay. So we'll just abbreviate again. Number 2. Rough, and this is a 6mm ball mill. There we go. Let's say calculate now. Should do this in one cut. Done. and we're going to close that, and we'll simulate all the tool paths. So we'll boom. Okay. So it's much of the same. All that can be left. Select a tool, 3mm ball mill, select, open up the dialog box, or conversational, whichever you want to call it. We can leave that at this and step down. Actually, I'm going to go back and alter the 6mm. I want that to rip through a little bit faster. Step down, that's okay. Feed rate. We're going to go 50 again with this. 25 with that. Actually, this time, you know, if I'd be running this at 20,000 RPM, but my machine isn't actually governed by Mach3. No need for ramp moves. Actually, yeah, I'll put a ramp move in there. And oh, that's 1. That should have been 10. So let's just go back up here and have a look at this number. Let's open this one again. So you can go and modify it if you want. I just want to speed this process up a little bit. Not that one, this one. And yeah, 0.5. I'm going to recalculate that. No. Okay. Going to close. And we are going to actually we'll run all of them. Okay, do that again. Okay, this is running all 3. 1, 2, and 3. And really for a project this size, as it's fairly big, you don't really need to put anything smaller than the 3mm ball mill in. So really it's just, you know, a matter of saving the tool paths to my thumb drive. Okay, so I've split this video up into 2 halves as well, because there's such a lot of information required to be in it, and I don't want to make it too long. I try to keep it to 20-25 minutes maximum, but sometimes I run over. So, you know, this one's going to be about 18-20 minutes long, and the cutting procedure is going to be about the same, so hence I've broke it up into 2 halves. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope you've liked what you see, and I hope you come and join me for the next one, cutting of this. And well, please subscribe to my channel, press like, little box down there, little red box down there in that corner, and that will take you to my YouTube channel, where there's now over 150 videos there, ranging from me describing how to work ArtCam and NC Studio and Mach3, and how to run the CNC machine and what you can do with it. Also, I do a fair bit of lathe work, as in wood turning. I also do metal turning as well, and modifications on CNC machines and mills, and also a lot of shop Also, I do a lot of shop jobs. I'm making a bit of furniture, chests of drawers and what have you, coffee tables, and you know, there's something there I think for everybody. So from me now, it's bye until next time. Bye now.